Hello, everyone. I couldn't see anyone joining. If anyone has joined, can you please confirm if am I audible? Okay, so I'll be starting the session within 2 minutes. We'll wait for 2 minutes for some people to join. After this session, if anyone have any sort of doubt, then you can drop your doubt in the comment box. At the end of the session, we will be discussing on the doubts. Okay, so let's begin with the session. So hello everyone. Before starting the session, let me introduce myself. I'm Mansi Tiwari, nutrition consultant at FitJo. I have done masters in food science and nutrition. I have the experience of counseling patients at Negrids, Shillong. Since last 2 years, I have been conducting researches in the areas of food science and nutrition, and have also published several articles and research papers in international as well as national journals. So today with you all, I'll be talking on the importance of healthy fats. So many of us, or many of you as well, might think that can fats even be healthy? So yes, fats can be healthy. Instead, they are healthy. Today, many of us for weight loss purpose are shifting towards a low fat diet. We are limiting the intake of fat, thinking that limiting or either eliminating the intake of fat will solve our problem. Fat is considered to be the main culprit in weight loss, but unluckily this is not true. Even if you eliminate totally fats from your diet, the problem is not going to be solved, because you are not on the right track if you are eliminating fat from your diet. It is never advisable to eliminate fat or to go on a low fat diet. Instead, it is advisable that instead of limiting your fat, you exchange your fat, or you can say that we can say that you can substitute your unhealthy fat or bad fats with the good ones. So there again a question arises, which all fats are good, which all are bad, right? So in this session we will be discussing on the good fats and the bad fats, which all fats you are consuming are bad for our health and which all are good, which we are most probably not taking in our diet. So before starting with the session, let me tell you in very brief that in this session what all we will be discussing. So in this session we will be discussing on what is fat, what is the importance of healthy fats, what is the exact quantity in which we require fat in our daily diet, what are the good fats, what are the bad fats, what are the sources or what are the food you need to take in order to get good fats, right? So let's start with what is fats. So fats are one of the major macronutrients. You all must be aware of what is macronutrients. Macronutrients are the carbohydrate, protein and fat, which are the calorie providers from our food. So when we take food and we talk of calories, we are talking of these three macronutrients, that is carbohydrate, proteins and fat. 1 gram of carbohydrate provides us with 4 kilocalories of energy. 1 gram protein gives us 4 kilocalories of energy, and 1 gram of fat gives us around 9 kilocalorie of energy, which is almost double to that which is provided by carbohydrate and protein alone. So fats are dense in calorie, and therefore they are a major source of energy for our body. Apart from providing apart from providing calorie, a lot more functions are performed by fat in our body. So just imagine, if you are excluding or if you are limiting fats from our diet, then what may happen? The important function that fat performs will be delayed. We perform the function of fats, right? So here comes the answer, and what you can do is you can include good fat in your diet. So since we have already discussed what is fats and one of its major function, that is energy providing, so let's have a very brief discussion on what are the different types of fats. So there are broadly three main types of fats. These are trans fats, unsaturated fats and saturated fats. So these trans fats and saturated fats, these two fats are solid at room temperature and they are not considered to be much beneficial for our health. Instead, this trans fat, they doesn't have any health promoting effect. Instead, these have several health hazards which it can cause. Trans fats are commonly also called as bad fats. So yes, this is the fat which you need to exclude from your diet, that is trans fat. So before excluding, you need to know what is trans fat, from where do we get the trans fat. So trans fats are generally produced in an industrial process in which these vegetable oils are converted into solid fats by the process called hydrogenation. And in this process what happens, these vegetable oils get enhanced shelf life, and for enhancing their shelf life, specifically this hydrogenation process is done, and in this process the the vegetable oil becomes hydrogenated and it is converted into trans fat, which is not at all healthy for us. So mostly you will find trans fat in deep fried foods, because in several restaurants these trans fats are used for frying. So what you can do is you can eliminate trans fats by avoiding these deep fat fried foods. Then one more thing you can do to reduce the intake of trans fat is you can reduce or limit the intake of bakery products, because most of the bakery products which are available in market, these products are made up of shortenings such as dalda, margarines, etc. So these are trans fats which you should not include in your diet. Now coming to saturated fats. Yeah, one more thing about trans fat is that trans fat is not at all healthy, and it is advisable that you take trans fat in less than 1% of the total calorie intake. And suppose if you are taking trans fat just 2% daily, then in that case you will have an increased risk of heart disease by 23%. So just imagine, by taking 2% daily, it is as per a research study. So if a person is taking 2% trans fat daily, then in that case he or she will develop 23% higher risk of heart diseases. So why to continue with the bad fat, that is trans fat. Now coming to saturated fats. So saturated fats are also solid at room temperature, although they are not said to be harmful or a bad fat, but yes, prolonged consumption or consumption of saturated fats in very higher quantity may have several health hazards. Studies have found that consumption of these saturated fats in excess amount can have several health hazards in forms of heart diseases. Any person who is consuming saturated fats will have higher LDL cholesterol. LDL cholesterols are the bad cholesterol which leads to blockage of arteries, and in turn the person will have heart diseases. So it is advisable that although we are taking saturated fats in any form, it should not exceed 10% of the total calorie which we are taking. Okay, and so you also need to know what are the sources of these trans fats. So trans fats comes from mainly animal food products, say animal meat, lard, sausages. So what you need to do is you need to limit these things for a healthy lifestyle. Now coming to unsaturated fats. So these unsaturated fats are the good fats which you need to include in your diet. So there are two types of unsaturated fats, monounsaturated fats and polyunsaturated fats. Commonly we call them as MUFA and PUFAs. So the only difference between these MUFAs and PUFAs is that the double bond. In MUFA there is just one double bond, and in PUFA the double bond is more than one. And a lot of health benefits is provided by these two unsaturated fatty acid. Yes, so MUFA you can get MUFA from food sources like sesame oil, olive oil, canola oil, all this. So they are healthy and you can include them in your diet instead of saturated and trans fats. Then again PUFAs. So there are two types of PUFAs, omega-3 fatty acids and omega-6 fatty acids. Both of them are very healthy, and according to American Heart Association, it is advisable that on every day we take around 8 to 10% of the total calorie from these PUFAs, and along with that these PUFAs cannot be synthesized in our body, and therefore they are dietary essential, and we need to take them in our diet on a regular basis so as to prevent their deficiencies. So here we have already discussed on what are the types of fats, which one is good one, which one is bad one. So it's you who will have to choose from the goods and the bads. You will have to eliminate the bad ones and to include good one for a healthier lifestyle. Now let's discuss in very brief what all functions that are performed by these good fats, and in absence of this function what all health hazards can have. So one function we have already discussed, that is energy. So fat is responsible for providing us with energy. One more important function is that fat is important. It is required for proper absorption of fat soluble vitamins. Say for example, a person is consuming vitamins, food containing vitamins, but that specific person is suffering from fat deficiency. Then in that case the proper absorption of vitamins, more specifically I'm talking about the fat soluble vitamins, won't be possible. So in that case the person along with this fat deficiency, they will also suffer from the deficiency of these fat soluble vitamins. So fats are very important for absorption of these fat soluble vitamins. In a global survey it was found that in that survey around, I couldn't recall the exact number, so a specific number of people were surveyed, and in that specific survey it was seen that around 95% of people already know that vitamins are very essential to maintain our healthy life, but only 41 people were aware that fats are also essential for a healthy lifestyle. So just see, most people are not even aware that fats are also important to maintain a healthy lifestyle, but they are. The next important function of fat is, good fats are required for controlling the cholesterol level in our blood. So as we discussed earlier about the good fat, that is unsaturated fatty acids. So these unsaturated fatty acids, that is MUFAs and PUFA, they increases the level of HDL cholesterol, which are good cholesterols, and decreases the level of LDL cholesterol. So by doing so, they control the cholesterol level in our bloodstream, and thereby also prevent the onset of heart diseases. One more important function is that good fats helps in insulating and protecting our vital organs. So some visceral fats which are stored in abdominal cavity. So these fats are responsible for protecting our vital organs such as heart, kidney and liver. And along with that, fats are also responsible for insulating our body and maintaining a specific internal body temperature. Along with this, fats also plays important role in reproductive health. If suppose a woman doesn't have a proper store of fat in her body, then she is more likely to suffer from menstruation problems, and she is more likely to have delayed menstruation or improper or irregular menstruations. Again, these are also very important during pregnancy. So you all must be knowing that during pregnancy the requirement of all the nutrients increases, and so like all the nutrients, the requirement of fats also increases. So what happens during pregnancy, the baby which is growing inside the womb of mother, they require some essential fatty acid, that is eicosapentaenoic acid and docosahexaenoic acid. These two are the essential fatty acid which is required by the growing infant for development of proper brain and eye, and deficiency during this period may affect these two vital organs greatly. So since we have also discussed on the functions that fats perform, so you probably can imagine how fats are important, and it's better to take good fats in our diet. So let's very quickly revise the things which we discussed. So coming to the fats requirement in our body. So an average healthy person requires around 20 to 35% of the total calories from fat, and of which less than 1% should come from trans fat. And if possible, you can limit trans fats, because these trans fats have been banned in many countries since they don't have any health benefit. Then saturated fat intake should not exceed more than 10% of the total calorie, and the intake of unsaturated fat should be between 10 to 15% of the total calorie intake per day. So with this, I think I have come to the end of the session. If anyone have any doubt, you can please drop that in comment box. As of now, I couldn't see any comments, so I'll wait for some time. If any one of you have any sort of doubt, you can please drop your doubt in the comment box. Okay, so I'll be ending this session. Before ending this session, I request you all to download the FitJoe app and start your health journey with us. Thank you.